Today I'm showing you the 10 matches that I went to when I was in Qatar for the FIFA World Cup. I'll be showing you guys all the behind the scene footage from my trip, from every single match, and also showing you what it was like to actually be in Qatar for this event. So let's begin. My friend Jared and I backpacked to the World Cup. We didn't just go straight to Qatar. We started in New York. We went to Dublin, Ireland. We went to Northern Ireland. We went to the Netherlands. We went to Germany. We went to Turkey, and then we got to Qatar. 7 total countries. Now, I'm not going to spoil the series because you guys can go watch it. It is on YouTube right now. But along the way, we met people like Patrick Ferry, who is a channel legend. He's actually known as being the worst player in FIFA. Yes, I traveled across the world to meet the worst player in FIFA. We also met my editor, Patrick, the person who's editing this video right now, and so many other amazing people on the way. Please watch the series. So once we landed, we went straight to a hotel, which was pretty cool. We did pay a lot of money for this hotel. It was on a place in Qatar known as the Pearl, so we had amazing views. We are right on the water. We had a pool in our hotel as well. 2 bedrooms for Jared and I. I actually really enjoyed it. We were staying at a really nice place in Qatar. Just to preface this part of the trip, though, I did want to spend a little bit more money on this trip just because, I don't know, I've had a really good year. You guys have been supporting me a lot, and this was my first ever World Cup, so yeah, I wanted to buy a nice place to stay at, so that's what I did. Thank you guys as well for like giving me these opportunities. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do this if it weren't for you guys. So we got there. It was time for our first match. We were heading to Al Bayt Stadium for Qatar versus Ecuador, the opening match of the World Cup. I also want to say a big thank you to Crypto.com, who provided us with the majority of the tickets for this trip. Crypto.com, if you guys are interested in buying, learning about crypto, link is in the description. I recommend using them. It's a great site. So we got the first match, and it was a bit chaotic getting in. So our Uber didn't know where to go. The Uber drop off was blocked off. So we literally just got out of our Uber, middle of the highway. We're running across like a desert, and then we made it to the stadium. Kind of wild start to our trip. So our seats for this match were very good. We were in the lower bowl. We had an incredible view for the opening ceremony, which was actually amazing. BTS was there. Morgan Freeman was there. President of Qatar. For this game and the majority of others, it was really cool to be in the stadium for an event that you knew millions upon millions upon millions of people would be watching at home, and you were one of the few lucky people to be in the stadium. It was wild. So in this first match, we got some gift bags. After the opening ceremony ended, the game kicked off. Qatar versus Ecuador. I'm not gonna lie, the Ecuador fans were really good during this game. They impressed me a lot. Qatar fans were actually very loud too. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know if their active supporters section were actually like true Qatar fans. There were some rumors that like maybe that they not forced them to be there, but they were like fake fans, and I don't know. But they were loud. I'll give them credit for that at least, but I don't know anything else going on there. Unbelievable to be at the first match for the World Cup. It was amazing. Ecuador won 2-0, and that was match number 1. The next day, we had 2 matches to attend, starting with England versus Iran, which was at the Khalifa International Stadium. I think I got that name right. So we met up with another YouTuber before this match. You guys may know him. It's S2G. This was England's first game at the World Cup. We did buy our own seats for this game. We were a little bit higher up, which ended up being all right. We were within the England supporters. Also, shout out to both England and Iran. Both of their fans were very, very good. I still think so far Ecuador has the top fans of the games we'd been to. England ended up destroying Iran in this game 6-2. We got to witness a ton of goals. We did have to leave straight after, though, to go to our next match, which was going to be later that night. That match was USA versus Wales at Ahmad bin Ali Stadium. This was my first ever USA game, so I was so excited. Like, genuinely, words can't express how excited I was for this match. I grew up watching the USA play in the World Cup my entire life. It's what made me love football, and here I was at my first ever USA World Cup game, bro. Genuinely, like, I was so excited. Now, we did have an issue with our tickets for this game and almost didn't make it in, but we got the tickets, we got in the stadium, and that's when we found out we were sitting front row. And literally, I know this wasn't the most exciting game that we went to the whole World Cup, but for me, it was my favorite game. First ever USA World Cup game, first row, like, genuinely one of the best moments of my life. Both the goals that were scored in this game were right in front of us. The first one was Timothy Weah, and I had an insane reaction. course, in the second half, though, Gareth Bale had to score a penalty, and the game ended up ending 1-1. The next day, we attended match number 4 of our World Cup journey. This was France against Australia. Now, since Jared is from Australia, I ended up becoming an honorary Aussie for the World Cup, so I went all out for Australia, and I also predicted them to make it out of the group stage, so I was pulling for them. Before the match, we grabbed a bunch of drinks with some of our Australian friends, including Footwish Jamie. You guys may know him, FIFA creator. Jamie actually painted his face before this game in quite an interesting way, which ended up working out for him because you may have seen him all over TV. Like, every single station had his face during this game. Also, yeah, we were at a bar before the game having some drinks because despite what everyone said, yeah, you could actually drink in Qatar. Like, not many places had it, but you could, and it was all right. So we got to the Al Janoub Stadium for this game. Another really, really awesome stadium. To be fair, every single stadium at this World Cup was amazing. They were so cool and so unique. And although I was supporting Australia, I'm not gonna lie, man, I was very excited to watch France. I mean, getting to see players like freaking Kylian Mbappe out there, Giroud, the GOAT, Olivier Giroud. Yes, France did end up ending 4-1, destroying Australia. But to be honest, like, it was still an awesome game. Just watching France was so cool. The next day was actually one of our first days off with no matches to attend. So we did a bit of relaxing. We went to a FIFA watch party to watch Germany versus Japan on this giant TV. And that ended up being a crazy game because Germany ended up losing to Japan. We also went out at night, got some insane views of the city of Qatar, which, I mean, all the skyscrapers they had, like all of the FIFA players posted on a lot of the buildings, was awesome. Went to another watch party at night and then ended up getting home because we had more matches to attend the next day. So I woke up and ended up going for a little swim early morning. I wish I would have documented just more stuff of us just around the hotel and whatnot, but yeah, try to enjoy myself a little bit because Qatar was warm. It was nice, trying to have a bit of a holiday too. The match we'd be seeing this day, though, was Portugal against Ghana at Stadium 974. This entire stadium was made out of shipping containers and was one of my favorite stadiums the entire trip. So if you want to see what happened during this match, the entire match, go watch the video where I went to see both Ronaldo and Messi at the World Cup. So I made a full video for this game. But what I will say in this video that I didn't say in the other video was, I probably said it, but I was so excited to see Cristiano Ronaldo, man. And what would be his final World Cup as well. Getting to see Ronaldo at the World Cup. It's just like, check it off the bucket list, man. Such a cool experience. The fact that we got to see him score a goal and do the Sui as well. Roll the clip. Yes, Portugal ended up winning 3-2. I got to see Ronaldo at the World Cup. I got to see Ronaldo win at the World Cup. I got to see Ronaldo score at the World Cup. What else can you ask for? All right, so our next match, which was the next day, which happened to be Thanksgiving. This was what I thought would be the biggest game that we'd go to in the World Cup. USA versus England. All right, so this game was at the Al Bayt Stadium, the same stadium that we went to for the opening match of the World Cup. And this is USA England, man. I mean, the atmosphere outside the stadium was awesome. Rewind, though, to before this match actually took place, the morning of this game. We were filming for the Backpacking to Qatar series, and that was the day where we ended up meeting Landon Donovan. Man, just go watch that series, please, if you haven't seen it. It's incredible. But we did successfully complete the backpacking challenge. Beating Landon Donovan was the goal, and we did it. Okay, yeah, so back to the game. We are at Al Bayt Stadium, England, USA. These were some of the furthest back seats that we had. We were genuinely in like the last row of the stadium. I bought these tickets and didn't realize they were like the worst tickets you could possibly get. But to be honest, I'm kind of glad that these were the worst seats we had the entire World Cup because it ended up being the most boring game that we went to. England, USA drew 0-0. So we didn't get an answer whether it's called soccer or football and who's better, USA or England. 0-0. The next day, and I should also preface, any of these games you see that we go to at night, just know that we didn't get home from these stadiums till like 4 a.m. So this next game we went to, which was Australia versus Tunisia, the night before we got home at 4 a.m. We went to bed. We ended up waking up at like, I don't know, I want to say 9 or 10 a.m. for the next game to go to. Like, we barely got any sleep on this trip. So for Australia, Tunisia, Jared actually ended up getting us tickets to this game through the Socceroos. Basically, the Australian national team themselves gave us the tickets. So we were sitting next to a bunch of former players, a bunch of the families and friends of the actual team. It was amazing. Shout out Jared for hooking us up with the tickets. And also shout out Tunisia because I think they were top 3 loudest fans at the World Cup that I went to. They were so loud. Australia beginning to win though, 1-0, their first win of the World Cup, and we went crazy. So before we headed to our second match of this day, yes, this was another day where we were going to 2 matches in one day. We went into Doha to meet up with one of my good friends, Ted Lasso. Not the real Ted Lasso. This is my friend Melissa Ortiz, who used to be a player for the Colombian national team, and she also works with Fox during this World Cup. You may have seen her on TV. We caught up, grabbed some food, checked out some of the interesting areas of Doha. Honestly, it was Doha, I gotta give Qatar credit, man. Very cool and unique city. And I gotta give a shout out to all the amazing people, man. I genuinely ran into so many amazing people along this whole journey. A lot of you as well who watched my video. So for everyone who came up and said hello to me, I was super glad to meet you. I know there are a lot of you there who I didn't meet, and I wish I could have met you all, but it didn't work out. I'll be doing more road trips and stuff soon, boys, so I'm gonna try to meet as many of you as possible. If you ever see me, please come up and say hi. I'm usually super nice. Like, I'll always take a picture with you guys and talk. Shout out to this fan right here, man. Honestly, kind of emotional moment. The man, yeah, met and talked to a lot of people, had a good time with Ted Lasso, and then we headed out to the next match. And this next one was a big one. The Lusail Stadium, the site that the World Cup final would be hosted at. We went to see Argentina versus Mexico. I'm also putting Argentina and Mexican fans in the top 3 of the loudest fans that I saw at the World Cup. I think Mexico's #1. I think Argentina's 2. And I think Tunisia is 3. That's what I went for. This stadium was something out of outer space, bro. This has had to be a flying saucer. This stadium was unbelievable. I crossed off another bucket list item, getting to watch Messi at the World Cup. Again, you can watch this full game experience on the separate video I did where I compared Messi and Ronaldo at the World Cup. So make sure you guys watch that. In this match, we got to witness a Messi goal and Argentina win 2-0. Unbelievable. That's just the word I'm going to use, because this whole trip, bro, I couldn't even believe I was in Qatar the whole time. I got to see Messi score. I got to see Ronaldo score. I got to see the USA. Literally dream come true. Like, I'm speechless even talking about it, man. After all of these matches, the next day, we needed a day to relax. So we had no matches to attend. It was, however, busy, though. We got some food. We ended up somehow running into the player of the match trophy. So we got a picture with it, like the same trophy that like Messi, Ronaldo, all the man of the match players held. We just somehow ran into it. And then we went to this music festival at night, because why not? There's music festivals in Qatar. We had a good time, and then we headed back home. So at this point, we only had a few days left in Qatar because we were only staying for the group stage. 2 matches left to attend. The second to last match was USA versus Iran. USA needed a win in this game if they wanted to advance. We had an amazing view for this match right here. Our seats were like 6 rows up. Like, for this game and so many of the games, go and watch back the highlights. You can actually find me on TV during like half of these games because our tickets were so good. Thanks to crypto.com. We got to witness a Christian Pulisic goal, a USA win. Bunch of other content creators we met there. Castro was sitting in the seats behind me. You guys know Castro, like one of the best FIFA streamers. We met Foot Crunch there. We met Uzi there. Guys, we ran into so many amazing people during this trip. Like I said, it was so fun in Qatar, man. More importantly, the USA got the win. We advanced out of the group. I had some crazy reactions to the goals and the win because I was just so excited. And then I did promise if the USA made it out of the group, I would jump in the pool with my clothes on. So here's the uncut clip of me doing that.
I don't want to do it, but I have to. Let's go. USA, baby. Come on, let's go.
We ended the trip on the final day watching Australia versus Denmark, where Australia needed to win to make it out of the group. All right, in this game, first off, shout out to security guards at the entrance to the game who watched the videos. They asked for a picture, and I also got a picture of them too because they were so cool. Also met up with another creator at this game, Ben Black. We were just running into every creator possible. I was super excited in this game to watch my man Christian Eriksen, but obviously wanted him to lose. We needed Australia to win to go through, and Australia finally got the goal they needed to take the lead and win the game. I was psyched. My boy Jared was psyched, obviously being from Australia. It was the perfect game to end the trip. And then on the way out of the stadium, I realized my bank account was at 0. I spent so much money on this trip, boys. I had to get a job in Qatar.
Uber, left side. Uber, left side.
And then that was it. We headed to the airport to end the trip and head back home. I've said this a million times in videos, but at the airport, I want to tell the story, bro. We were getting pizza, okay? I'm getting pizza in the airport. Me and Jared are dreading this 15-hour flight we had to take back to the USA. And while we're getting pizza, Jared nearly faints. And I look to Jared. I say, Jared, what's wrong, bro?
What's going on? Like,
Are you all right? And he says, bro, look who's standing right next to me. And I turn next to Jared, and Christian Eriksen is standing right next to us, ordering pizza with us. So, of course, I had to get a picture with Christian Eriksen. Bro, I mean, to end the trip, we literally met Christian Eriksen. We literally just watched Australia knock him out of the World Cup the day before. Oh, honestly, unreal trip. Bros, thank you so much for watching. This experience in Qatar. It was so good, so incredible. If you want to see more from this trip, the backpacking series is right here. The Messi versus Ronaldo videos right here. Please watch. Thank you guys for making this experience possible. I literally love you guys. This year was insane. 2023 is going to be even crazier. So make sure you're subscribed. See you boys later. Peace.